Hey guys, it's Anne here, and this motivational chatty get ready with me topic is going to be focused on failure. Yes, I know that sounds like a really strange topic to focus on. It's not very motivational, but bear with me. It's something that's been on my mind for the last little while, so I want to talk about it, and I think there are things to share, and I think there's discussion that can happen around the concept of failure. Before we get started, I just want to let you know that before we get started, the funny thing about this and failure is I already filmed this once, but I didn't turn my microphone on. Definition of failure. So, taking the opportunity, I left my face makeup on, but I just took my eye makeup off. So my face is already done, my eyebrows are already done, and we're just going to do some eye makeup during our chitty chat today. So I just want to talk about the face makeup. I used the Hourglass Vanish Seamless Finish Foundation Stick that I got in the sample. So I started with Nude, because usually I'm like an in-between shade, and it was really dark and orange, so I went back in and added Shell. Now this is a very high coverage foundation, so I sort of really spread it around and blended it out with the Beauty Blender because I don't really like things that are that high coverage. It's just not comfortable for me. But if you like high coverage, I think this is definitely something to check out. I mean, it feels really nice on the skin. I have been wearing it for the past, I want to say, a couple of hours now. It's been a while. I filmed another video in between. So if you did want to see the look that I did, it's in my April Empties video. So anyway, like I said, I want to use this opportunity to do a slightly different look because I wasn't too thrilled with that look anyway. And again, though, I'm going to use the Carlie Bybel palette, but I'm going to use some different colors this time. I'm probably going to stick with sort of the orangey, bronzy tones, and we'll see what we come up with. So just prime the eyelids first. And yeah, so the topic of failure. The topic of failure has been on my mind for quite some time over the past few weeks because I feel like I'm experiencing failure firsthand in multiple areas in my life. Blend that in. Let me just zoom you in so you're a little closer, okay? Okay, so we're back. So, failure has been near and dear to my heart. As I said, I feel like I've not been doing so good in various areas of my life. And it's been interesting that it's kind of come up sort of on multiple occasions. So, I'll be honest, I'm kind of failing at this channel. At least I feel like I'm failing. I know that I've said in the past, I don't care if I have like 1 million viewers or 1 viewer or whatever, as long as I have some people that are interested. And I posted a video, I want to say last week or the week before, and I lost 4 or 5 subscribers sort of all at once. And I don't have a lot of subscribers to begin with, so losing subscribers is an indication to me that I'm not doing a good job, that my content is not interesting. So in essence, I'm failing at my objective. So it's taken me some time to kind of take a step back and figure out, what to do and what am I doing wrong. And I mean, I'm still learning at this. I'm really new, so it's a learning process. And then, interestingly enough, so I talked about this, I think, in another video. I started training at the gym. I mean, I've gone to the gym before. I go to the gym regularly, but I do classes because for me, classes are safe. I know what I'm doing. They're generally cardio. I am comfortable with cardio. It's one of those things, I think, with failure, you're afraid to bruise your ego. And doing something that you're not good at is kind of a blow to the ego when it doesn't go right. So anyway, I started working with a trainer. We're doing small group training. There's 3 of us that do it. But this week I was by myself. And the trainer said something really interesting. He said that working at the gym is failure. And you're not doing your job at the gym if you're not failing. It's like, huh, like, I get what you mean, but that's interesting. Like, it's not something I thought about. And so, for example, to give it a concrete example, I found out I can squat 75 pounds, which is like 75% of my body weight, which is kind of awesome. I was really surprised. I didn't think I could do that. And then we tried to do 85 and I bailed. Totally bailed out. It was partially psychological. I probably could have done the 85, but my brain just kind of said, nope, you can't do this. And I've dropped the weight. But that's a good thing in a sense, because it showed me like somewhere that I need to go, or like the next level. And it makes sense. Like when you go to the gym, if you just do the same number of reps with the same weight every single time, which is fine if you're conditioning and you're not trying to, move forward. But if you really want to put yourself out there, if you really want to stretch yourself, you have to fail. You have to take that weight on that your body or your brain will be like, this might be a little too much. I mean, you don't do that all at once. Like, I mean, if I started at 85, that would have been really stupid. But you work your way up to it, right? You need to fail at the gym to progress, if that makes sense. I hope I'm making sense. I don't know, just give me food for thought. And it made me think about how do you apply that in other areas of your life? That's something I'm kind of struggling with right now. I'm not too sure. I'm putting that out there to you guys. How do you think you can apply that concept of failure and failing being good to other areas of your life? Because I feel like with work, and I don't know if this stems back to school, I feel like failure is not encouraged. So another place where I see failure, I want to say I see failure a lot. I don't see failure a lot because I see people not trying because of failure. And that's because I do a thing called Toastmasters. With all the ums and ahs I say, you wouldn't know. But Toastmasters is a safe environment. I mean, it's not for everyone, whatever. But nobody's expecting you when you go there to get up and do a speech and be like Obama or somebody that's a really good public speaker. You're expected to fail. You're expected to not be very good. And that's because when you're failing, you're figuring out what's working and what's not working for you and where you need to go to improve. But I see so many people that come into Toastmasters and don't do anything because they're afraid to fail. It's like, well, why'd you come in the first place? Like, you need to get past that. And when I started Toastmasters, I full on accepted that. Like, I full on knew I could get up and speak in front of people. I know that I have that capacity because I had done it when I did my MBA. But I know myself that I get scared shitless doing it, and then I lose that sense of confidence. I lose the sense of purpose of presenting in front of people because you're sharing information, you're wanting to educate or inform or entertain people, and you let all your fears of people judging you and saying stupid things or looking stupid get in the way of that. So it's just an area where I see it's interesting to try and help people work through their failure. Like, work through, it's okay to fail. Like, please do fail, actually, because then you take a look at that failure and figure out, how do I succeed from it? I have no idea where I'm going with this eye color. Anyway. So the other area where I'm failing personally is I'm taking an art class. And I've taken an art class in the past. I took a drawing class. I took art in high school and I quit in grade 10 for stupid reasons. Anyway, I took a drawing class a couple years ago and I think I can draw fairly okay. Like, I'm passable. And so it was more like learning techniques, and I felt like I was middle of the road, maybe middle upper half in terms of skill in the class. I felt like I did pretty good. I go to this watercolor class and I don't paint. I've never really painted and I'm terrible. Like, I don't know if I'm the worst. I don't think I'm the worst in the class, but I'm definitely like bottom half for sure. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating. It's bruising to the ego to know that you are not very good. And there's a girl in the class, and she's definitely emoting and expressing a frustration that I think a lot of us are feeling. She said to me, she's like, I thought I'd like this class better. And I saw her pictures. I've seen her other pictures too. And like, she's really good. Like, she definitely has skill and talent. Obviously, she just needs, like the rest of us, we're learning the techniques of watercolor. Still not too sure I'm going with this eye look. So we're gonna put eyeliner on and keep going. And I could see that she's frustrated. She wants to quit because she's not amazing at it right away. And I think that's something that we do often as adults. We do something, we're not good at it right away, and we quit. Instead of working through the problems or working through the failures, we just like give up. And again, I don't know, is that something that starts in childhood? Is it something that are in our schools? Like, I feel like perhaps it is. Like, I think back, you know, when you're in school, you're expected to bring home A's and stuff, and if you bring home C's or D's, it's a bad thing. Well, no, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It means, yeah, you are failing at something. Yay, ooh, failing. But it means there's somewhere to improve. There's a reason why you're not understanding something, and it may be something you need to work through. So it's just interesting, this art class. It's definitely challenging for me because it's a blow to the ego, but I'm trying to not let that get the better of me. Sorry, focusing here. Focusing. So this will be like probably a really odd reference, but like the past couple weeks, I've been feeling like I'm failing a whole lot between my art class and the gym I'm not doing so great, and YouTube channel, and just feeling pretty down on myself. And I follow The Rock on Instagram. I know, kind of weird. I think he's kind of cute, but I find him very motivational and inspirational. I mean, that man doesn't sleep. I don't know how he does all that he does, but I find it, so I'm just going to curl my eyelashes. I find it very inspiring to see him push through his failures and not letting failure stop him. So they did the Baywatch movie, I think that was like last year, and it was panned by a lot of people, and I haven't heard very many good things about it. Obviously they had a lot of fun filming it, but it just was not, it was not a success, I don't think, from the bigger picture. And he could let that failure get him down. He could let that failure stop him, but instead it looks like, at least to me, that he takes those failures and he learns from them. I mean, I think he just put out the movie, I want to say Rampage. I haven't seen it yet. I don't watch a lot of movies. I'm not up on pop culture. And from what I understand, it's doing really, really well at the box office. So, I mean, if he'd let his failure stop him, he never would have had the successful movie. Does that make sense? And I just find that very inspiring. So, like the other week, feeling pretty crappy. Just wanted to lay on the couch and like, because I'm annoyed and depressed. I don't want to say depressed, it's exaggerating, but just feeling like crap about myself and what I'm doing. And then it's like, no, don't let that get to you. Like, I've been using it, I don't know if he uses it, I think he uses the term, but like, hustle. Get together, Anne, hustle, get your shit together. What do you got to do next? What's not working? What's going to change? So, now we're here talking about failure because I feel like I'm living it firsthand. So this is one thing that's shitty about the Lash Paradise mascara that I'm using. I just bought this in February, I think, and it's already really dry. Like, this mascara just does not last very long. So the other place that I want to talk about failure in is at work. And I feel like, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like they say that failure is encouraged, but it's not true. Maybe if you're in a smaller startup company, or I don't know, a more innovative place, but I feel like bigger organizations, they don't really encourage failure from a management level. But if you think of it, like scientists, if they didn't fail, we would never have like the successes that we have, right? Like if they failed and just gave up, oh, that didn't work, let's scrap it, then we wouldn't have like the medications and breakthroughs and things that we have today. So failure has a place, I think, and I think that gets lost in the everyday workplace. I think from a management perspective, they don't want you to fail, and I don't mean fail for the sake of failing. Like, you don't want an idiot to just be like, I'm gonna try this. Like, you're like, dude, that's gonna fail. Like, that's the dumbest thing ever. It's failure with not intentional failure, it's intentional risk taking with the understanding that it may fail, but you appropriately adjusted, appropriately assess the risk and the benefits, and want to forge forward. And again, learning, if you do fail, what was it that failed? Was it something that you could control? Because sometimes it's things that are out of your control. And, it failed for circumstances beyond what anyone would have foreseen, which is understandable, and, you move forward from that. But I think, too, not just management, but coworkers, you're expected to be good at everything all the time. Like, someone assigns you something and you don't do a good job at it, and people are like, oh, she's an idiot. And it's like, okay, no, this is the first time putting this kind of thing together. Can you, throw me a bone? Like, yeah, it wasn't that great, but I'll make it better, and for next time, it'll be better. I think we're too hard on ourselves and too hard on each other. My thing, though, is, and this is where, my patience wears thin, is, again, not failing for the sake of failure. Like, if you're not doing good at something, you need to look at why you're not doing good at something. And this is where feedback is important, is talking to each other and being like, this wasn't what I expected, or this wasn't really good. I think this is what you could have done next time. And being open to that. I know I get people that they don't do a very good job on something, essentially failed at it. If they keep failing the same way over and over and over again, and they almost don't see it. They don't see that they're failing, and they're just causing frustration for everyone. So I think I'm kind of done with this eye look. And I'm just going to finish up with a lip look, and we'll come right back and finish this video up. Okay? So we're back, and this is the completed look. The lip combination is the Annabelle Spice Lip Liner with MAC Velvet Teddy and the Jouer Skinny Dip Lip Topper. And just so, I know I didn't really point out any eyeshadows that I used in the Carlie Bybel palette. So the top three along there, this one right here, and then this one right there. As usual, I'll list all the products that I use in this video below. So wrapping up on failure. What are your thoughts on failure? Can failure be good? How do you work through failing at stuff? Because it's tough. It's tough to fail. I think we're expected to be perfect all the time. We're expected to do a good job right at the gate. And when you fail, it's never seen as positive. At least it doesn't feel like it's seen as positive. I'd like to hear your thoughts and comments, so feel free to comment down below. If you liked this video and this little Get Ready With Me motivational series, give it a little thumbs up down below. And if you want to see more videos from me in the future, please subscribe. I hope to see you again sometime soon. Bye.